What do modern professionals do to maintain optimal performance and consistency? Do your habits outside the game impact your performance inside it? That is what today's guest, Oskar Hemby, focuses on as a performance coach. Oskar founded Esports HP, where he created a multi-professional team consisting of dietitians, psychologists, and physiotherapists, all with a focus on esports. Since then, he has worked with professional teams in many different games, helping them increase their health and performance. In today's chat, we talk about how to optimize your nutrition, sleep, and exercise to maximize your performance in game. So let's get into it. I want to ask a couple of questions about the general lifestyle and the work that you do, because I think it can help a lot of young players. Let's start with the general lifestyle question. So if you could snap like a finger to change two behaviors of a players, what would it be? And one would have to be that you make them stop doing something, and in the other, you would make them start doing something. And in both of these cases, they will implement it, enthusiastically and to the full extent as best as they can. What would it be?
That's a really good question. There are so many different things I would like them to start with, because there's exercise, nutrition, sleep, the mental part, ergonomics. But like from my experience, what would help, like if I could snap my fingers and it would help a lot, I think actually starting to sleep better. Thinking about when you go to bed, how many hours you get, and also not playing until you go to the bed. Because as we know, when you play, you create a lot of cortisol stress in your body, and that makes it really hard to go to sleep. And also, of course, the lighting from the screen also makes it hard. So that's just like a really hard trap that many gamers go into, like playing before they go to sleep, and then they don't get their hours. And it goes out over their performance, their life, everything. So that's just like a really quick fix that you can actually do when it comes to sleep. It comes to what you should stop doing. I think I have to go to the mental side, like stop tilting or stop like being angry in different scenarios, because there's like pretty easy tools you can use to actually stop being so angry and stop beating yourself down all the time. But you just have to start using them so you can actually be like more positive and more productive when you actually play and try to get better every day.
Yeah, we'll get to these tools later on, but it's nicely complements one another, right? Without proper sleep, you're more likely to get tilted, angry, and the whole mental side just kind of collapses. But it nicely leads me into the next question. Well, this happened to me when I was traveling for a lot of tournaments, but how do you manage to sleep when you're on the road, when you're traveling, even when you're at home and you're having like an important online qualifier or a tournament? It's hard to get a lot of sleep when you're stressed because of just adrenaline in your body, and everything, it seems like it's all alive in your body, right? And you just can't shut it down. So is there any proper technique that you're trying to teach your players?
This is such a crazy question right now, because right now it, for me and my team, extremely relevant, because we're traveling in different time zones and stuff like that. There's two different systems basically that you have to think about when it comes to sleep. And the one system is the sleep homeostasis. Maybe I should not use the difficult words, but it's basically the sleep bank you have. The sleep bank where you put your hours in. It's very easy actually. Like if you get less hours than you need, which is usually like less than 8-7 hours. If you sleep maybe 6 hours or 5 hours every day, you're gonna like take a loan from that sleep bank all the time, taking a loan. And the more loans you take, the more you go in depth. And this depth is actually you performing worse. The brain will start using less and less of the energy because the brain is starting to understand that's okay. For example, if this was me, like Oskar is not getting enough sleep. So what will the brain do? The brain is smart. It will stop giving the energy, stop using up the energy and giving the reaction and the memory and everything we get from our brain. That is really important for all the games and whatever we do in our daily life. We'll stop getting that. Like we will get a little bit, but we will not get enough, if we want to perform, for example. So that is one system, the loan system. So you need to like always try to give back to the bank somehow. the sleep bank, and the other system is the circadian rhythm. Oh no, I forgot that. Maybe I should not say the difficult words. This is basically the clock, the body clock. So our brain is constantly trying to figure out, is it day or is it night? Because if it's day, our body and our brain gives us a lot of tools to work and be active. The blood starts flowing in our body, and we have good reactions and everything. But when it's night, everything calms down. So if you constantly go to bed at different times and wake up at different times, your brain will have a really hard time knowing when are we giving you the sleep brain and when are we giving you the active brain. And this will also, of course, if you're awake when you have the sleep brain trying to perform, maybe it's really connected to maybe if you felt jet lag anytime, you feel really drowsy. And of course, you feel it in the highest amount of effect when you actually go to another time zone or something like that. But you can also feel it a little bit if you just switch it a couple of hours. What you can do is like change 1 or maximum 2 hours, I would say, when it comes to studies done in this area. But when it comes to like going more than 3 or 4 hours, you will actually get pretty affected by your performance.
All right. And speaking about lifestyle and this heavy sleep topic, is that exercise is tied to it. So can you give me like brief introduction? Why should players actually care about exercise? Because when playing, we don't really need muscle or any kind of endurance. It's kind of like psychological sport, so to speak. So it's hard to prove why is it effective. But I'm pretty sure you have something on mind. As you can see, the whole esports industry is moving forward to gain any edge possible. That's why I'm excited to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, MechLens. Have you wanted to try one of those exciting Hall effect keyboards, but the price was always too high? Well, not anymore. MechLens released the M75, a Hall effect keyboard with all the high-end features for just $60 if you use the code STYKO10 off. It's a 75% keyboard with AK polling rate and other great esports features. Honestly, the build quality is great and so is the sound profile. Have a listen. I'm also hosting a giveaway for this keyboard on my Instagram, so if you're feeling lucky, check the description for the link. By the way, discount ends 7 days since this video gets published, so take it while it's available. Once again, thanks to MechLens for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it.
For sure, I do. And as you say, like, I've worked with so many gamers that never exercised. The toughest ones I actually worked with are players that actually made it really far without working out or without like moving their body, and that is really hard because they make it far and they don't really see the point of exercising. But there's thousands of studies showing what exercise actually do. It gives you dopamine, which increases your focus. It increases your energy level and how happy you are, which is 2 very important things to have when you play. Focus and happiness. It helps you regulate your stress a lot, because when you exercise, you create cortisol, like the stress level increases. And what happens is your body, if you exercise over time, your body starts to acknowledge this cortisol and that it's nothing dangerous. And you can actually use that when you're not exercising. When you have stressful moments in your life, you will actually be able to handle them better. And for example, if we're talking about CS, there's a lot of stressful situations. If you want to like be calm in these situations, like exercise is very important to handle these situations better. And then just generally, you live longer and you sleep better if you don't exercise within the 3 hours before you go to bed. If you exercise more than 3 hours before, it actually helps with your sleep as well. So there's just so many, it's just like the perfect cocktail of things that you can get. And the good thing about it is that because then when you start working out with players, or you get some players like, okay, I'm gonna go exercise. Then they usually go to this, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm gonna go 6 times a week. I'm gonna do 2 hours gym reps. But it doesn't matter. You don't have to do it such a big thing. It's not that important. Like from studies, it depends on what you want. If you want to become a bodybuilder, I won't tell that that is for you, because then you probably need to go to the gym for 2 hours. But if you just want this nice cocktail from exercise, all these nice things that increases your brain performance and your daily life, then it's actually okay to only do 30 minutes of exercise and just get your breath up. And you can do it a couple of times every week, like 3 or 4 times every week. Because they've done studies and they've tried 2 hours exercises and 30 minutes exercises. And when you, what it does to the brain is pretty much the same. And it actually doesn't matter if you go to the gym and like wear yourself out, or if you actually go for a jog, or just move your body in any way to actually get sweaty or make your breath go up. So it's actually really easy. And if you've never exercised, start really slow, because nobody's forcing you to like go crazy instantly, you know, and just get that nice routine going, and you will feel in a couple of weeks, you will feel so much different. And I imagine you have felt the difference. And I've worked with so many players that they kind of thank me, not taking the credit, of course, but they're thanking me that, oh, thank you, Oskar, that you finally pushed me to exercise, because they feel that boost and how it increases their performance.
I think this is nice that you mentioned, because yes, you pushed me back in the day, and I think it was COVID time when we worked together, so it was kind of hard to get outside in general. But you made us do it over in Sweden during the boot camp, and I don't want to say that I fell in love with exercising, but I felt the difference, and it was such a small thing that we did. As you said, 30 minutes is all it takes, a couple of times per week. You don't need to make it over the top, because it becomes kind of counterproductive in the end, and you just become sore muscles, and you're always like a little bit tired, and you're actually feeling the pain after you tire those muscles. So it is definitely something worth exploring. If you want to become a better player and you want to spend time effectively when you're not playing the game, exercise and sleep are probably 2 of the best activities that you can do. And speaking of activities and this holy trio of lifestyle, since we covered exercise and sleep, we also have to come to nutrition, which you're again kind of an expert of, and you told me so much before. But can you tell me, in terms of nutrition, what is like a great meal or snack to have before the match or during the long gaming session? I think those are kind of instant tips we can give to our viewers that they can start implementing from the day one.
I'm gonna make it really simple, because if you go into nutrition and all the studies that are there, exactly what you should eat, there's so much we could talk about here, but we're gonna keep it simple. I think what's important I will start with the things that you actually should try and avoid. Like sugar, for example, is something that we get in so much different things that we eat, and we actually don't need a lot more of it. It makes us, it's kind of empty nutrients or empty energy, you could call it. Like whenever you get too much sugar, it's just gonna give you small amount of energy for a small period of time, and then it's gonna go away. So it's usually a bad thing for performance. And of course, it's also thousands of studies saying that if you overconsume sugar, you're gonna die a lot earlier. So if you want to live, that's also, sugar is also something that you should try and avoid. So for example, Coke sugar or Coke Zero, I mean, and drinks like that is, in my opinion, a better choice. There's also a lot of studies showing that these kinds of drinks are actually not dangerous, that you would have thought 10 years ago or something like that. So there's nothing dangerous with it. So I always try to make my players avoid sugar at any time. When it comes to like taking snacks, I think you should try and avoid deep fried things and very fatty food, because it can make you pretty like slow in your brain. Let's just take it pretty, let's not dive into like the mechanics of exactly what is going on when you take it, but you basically get pretty slow in the brain. It's nothing that you want to do when you play CS, for example, or any other like esport that requires reaction and so on. So That's the two things that you should try and avoid. Then, of course, like snacks that are good. Banana is my absolutely favorite one. When I've worked with some teams, they usually call me Banana Man because I'm just trying to make them eat banana so much, because banana is such a good snack. It actually gives you fast energy, but it also gives you energy over a longer period of time. So it's like it gives you the best of two worlds. But when you actually want to have a longevity in the energy where you eat, so you should try and eat like darker bread, and like pasta is pretty good and rice is okay. But try to avoid sugar and fried things, I would say, too. And also like there are a lot of good bars nowadays as well, like the protein bars and stuff like that. That is also a good snack. So yeah.
When I was starting my career, I didn't really pay too much attention to this, but now that I'm older, these things affect me a lot more. Do you think that there's a difference between like an 18-year-old player eating a burger before the match and competing fairly okay-ish, and then if I would be doing that, I'm basically useless for upcoming 1 hour? So does age play the difference here?
I can only talk from experience here. Like I'm not sure if there are any studies trying to figure this out, but of course I can feel it. I've heard so many other people saying it, and you can also see the young kids that they're like, they don't get affected as the older people, you know, in the business. That also makes it pretty hard, because me as a performance coach, when I work with like young, very talented people, they have this kind of routine, maybe really bad routines, like what they eat and stuff like that. And for me, it's going to be real hard to kind of tell them what they should eat when they are like, yeah, but I ate a lot of sugar, I drank a Coke, and we won the game. I got the most kills in the game. You know, what am I going to say? So then I could show them the studies and stuff like that, but they're not interested in it. So
right.
So of course, I think there's a difference for sure, but I think there need to come out some studies about it before I can 100% tell you if it's true or not.
Okay, I'm really interested in those studies. I might even participate in one, I think, because I'm the prime example. Full interview can be found on my Ko-fi page, where all my supporters get extra footage, extra content, full interviews, and basically just videos that don't really make it to the YouTube channel. So if this is something you would like and you like this video, chances are you will find something really good on my Ko-fi page. Everything is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you for supporting me. Huge shout out to my Ko-fi members for your continual support, so I can make more videos like this for you. Their name is on the screen right now, and if you want to appear here to check out my Ko-fi page, where you can gain tons of cool and exclusive perks at various tiers of membership. And when I say they're cool, I mean it. Give it a look, it's worth it. Thank you for making my content better and possible.